Welcome to the Kinkazoid Podcast, where you get some education on your form of stimulation. With your hosts, Royal, Chase, and Trey Proper. Buckle your seatbelts because it's going to be a wild ride. Let's get kinky.
Welcome. Greetings and salutations to another wonderful episode of Kinkazoids. It's your boy Trey Proper, and we got a great show as always lined up for you. Make sure on your way in, you like the video, share the video, tell your friends about us because we got to get these numbers up. Let's go. Ladies, if you will, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Royal. No tagline necessary. Just recognize she's a queen. Even though that
what's going on? Okay. Well, hey, you finished?
I'm done.
You finished? You done?
All right. Well,
what's going on, you guys? It's your girl Chase. See, Hazel matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
All right. Here at Kinkazoid, we always line things up with two of our show staples. First things first is going to be our sex position of the week. We try to choose something different, spicy, fun for everybody that can be done by multiple people. This week, what the fuck? I'm sorry. My bad. Took me out of my character. This week, we are talking about something called the trunk. Now, usually we see a lot of sex positions where the lady is turned on her head, turned upside down, pile drived, tombstoned, whatever you want to call it. It is a regular thing that happens. But this time, we flipping the script. Now, this is on us, gentlemen. It's on us to have great core and neck control and a very sturdy wall. This way, the lady, she can basically twerk while you upside down. You can see everything from a bottom view. Yeah, I like the face you're making right now, Chase. I like the face you're making. I like to see people change things up in their mind. What are you thinking?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Like, because she already, first of all, this picture don't even got boobs and she holding them. So that already gives me that a picture of a thing I don't want to see. Because in this position, no cap, I ain't seeing nobody's face. All I'm seeing is titties and stomach. I'm not seeing no enjoyment being done on nobody's face because that's all I can see. And
you just look down.
baby, I'm fat. I can't look down and see nothing. Okay, just like I said, all I see is titty and stomach. But I don't know why we didn't understand that when I said it the first time. But yeah, all I see is my titties was going like this. I'm gonna say I have a titty pendulum, like knocking each other. What's going on?
A titty.
Yeah,
wow.
like when you used to do double dutch and all that, and you had to hold going down the stairs. This is the down the stairs motion, double dutch motion.
I got moves, but I ain't had to.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have to sit there and double dutch on dick. That's crazy. And then also,
AKA if he dies, he dies.
And if he dies, he dies. And this is definitely a sex sent me to the ER on TLC. This is definitely that. You know, he could, I don't know what T, but he could take out T2, cervical spine. I mean, anything could split, break in half. Like, this just does not look like something you do. This just looks like the position you in, like the guy, and your mama be like, sit your ass down before you go to the hospital. Like, that's what this position looked like, because you like, it looks like something bad will happen, and I just don't have time. I just don't have time.
But if you're so assuming he's headstanding, he's going horizontally, and you should be going not. It shouldn't be like you shouldn't be like cow driving him
like
down.
420 something. Okay.
But
baby lost
just gotta have some sturdy legs.
420 something. And I'm looking at this picture. All I can take is the picture, right? So he has his hands like trying to help with the bouncing of me, so I don't go too hard on him. But regardless of the fact, I'm gonna double down on that hoe, and I have a whole lot of weight back there, okay? And that's just, he's got to concentrate on not breaking this, because he has to keep this taut or else it's over, and he has to concentrate on making sure he's bouncing this right. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
I gotta agree here. It does.
That's a lot to put on him. That's a lot.
So that's a no for you, ladies and gentlemen. In the comments, tell us what you think of the sex position.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
So Royal, you're saying no.
Back up, Terry.
Look at the man. Okay, if you look at the man, first of all, he uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable.
Put it back up again, please.
The way that they used to work when they, back when I was in my 20s, so I can't. That just doesn't look like a functional position for me. At even like at this age, nothing. I think I'm good.
No fun.
Yeah, no fun. Let's look at it one more time. I want y'all to really look at this and go, what? Okay, so let's just say this. You know how y'all having sex, right? And if it's typically all on the bed or half on, half off, whatever the case may be, right? You kind of know what's the next position. Even if you never had sex with this person before, you kind of know what the next position is, right? So, like, if you're missionary, like, there might be a side leg coming through. If you're doing doggy, like, there might be a point where you get on the bed to do doggy, you might flip it up. Like, you can kind of almost assume. There is nothing in my wildest dreams in the midst of sex. I'm going to go, stand up real quick. Let's go over to this wall and do this real quick. And go and have this man go into a neck stand.
No.
like that. If I was doing a dude and he was just like, yo, come over here. Let me do this. And he did. I'm like, I got to go. I got to go. I don't know what you got going on over here, but for me, I got to go.
It's not that. It's all right. Well,
okay. Wait, no.
I've already seen it.
What?
I'm saying with Trey, would you do this?
Yes.
You would put yourself upside down on your shoulder.
All of 200 and some odd pounds on your neck and shoulders.
Yeah, that's what pillows are for, and also you can do it. There are ways you can do this. You can put yourself in an angle. Hell, you can. You lay your knees on the back of the bed and do it that way, or your upper thigh on the back of the bed, so you're more so at a slant, and you can make it work. Now I ain't got no neck, as you can see, so it's all shoulders for me. So she good.
Movie beard.
It's all shoulders.
Yeah, there's a neck to the side right there. Your beard just blocking.
Neck. I see the neck.
It's barely a neck.
Now, had it would have been the TikTok thing that's been going around, which I failed at. You guys can follow me at Chase Inc. To look at my fail of doing that little handstand thing with one foot on the wall, and doing it, and then getting up into a handstand with a split legs. Now, if that was like a position, I would consider that. even though I wouldn't be able to
See,
do
I
it.
posted. I said we did that one time. And you was like, nah, ain't nobody holding this leg up. Blah 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 blah.
No, when it's like literally you turn around and you just go down and you lift one leg up, the other leg is taking up pretty much the amount of weight going into the wall. If that was like an eating thing, I'd be like, you know what? That kind of can make sense. But I still would be weirded out because if I was a guy and I was like, okay, we're in the midst of sex, everything's cool, and this bitch just goes over to the wall and hits a handstand and a split and a circle goes, eat me like this. I mean, I guess I'd be happy because like I wouldn't be breaking necks, but it'd be like,
that'd be good.
It's mad random. Anytime you have to move to a wall, it's random. I'm sorry. It's like if you already started on the wall, we're here, or you're slamming against stuff, okay, cool. But if we're like in the midst of doing the do, and now it's like, let me go do a handstand real quick.
Communicate during sex.
Nah, man, this doesn't seem like this was a trail. This seems like we were in somewhere else in the room, and someone said, let me run over here real quick. And just let's do it. Like, no,
your little mock run just took me.
Like, you just run and then you can just do a handstand out of nowhere. You gotta get some momentum going over here. But so I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Reading the comments over here on YouTube, aka if he dies, he dies from Jamaica F. The backup Jared, the backup Terry. Okay.
Yeah.
The flying Grayson. Wow, I like that. Because that ain't nothing but acrobatics right there. Genocide Circus says this is the most uncomfortable cowgirl I've ever seen. I mean, hey, I get it. Jamaica F. The question ain't would you do this, Trey? It's have you done this, Trey? No, I just found this one today and I thought it was interesting, but I'm willing to try it. And Genocide Circus also don't forget your face shield because the juices will be a dripping. Facts. And
wow, you can get a waterboarder like that. That's crazy.
Right?
Do you have a kink about? Yeah, do you have a kink about drowning?
I like wet sex.
Do you have a kink about drowning though? I said waterboarding.
No, a very good thing. No. But the thought of it, me generating that much of a reaction. Anyway, we'll talk about
a video on TikTok too. You know the sound on TikTok where it's just like, boy, we had a time last night, right? It's literally a guy, right? There's a girl recording her boyfriend or whoever, and he's taking the camera that they have set up, and he's stopping it, and she goes and zooms on him, and like he still has the drip pouring down from his beard, and it's all on the floor. So everybody was like, "What's the Twitter?" I need to know the Twitter. I need the Twitter.
I mean, asking for a friend.
I'm not even asking for. I'm asking.
I'm asking for all right. So I've already seen it. That's why I said the WTF, because I saw what she's about to talk about next. Royal, if you will, explain to us this atrocity that is about to perforate you guys' screens.
Really an atrocity? Listen. Let me preface this.
I don't know what it is.
You asked for this, okay?
Can you not give people a peek behind the curtain?
Just saying.
Yes, I want you to find crazy stuff every week. Now they know. Now.
So basically, you guys know that I've been in our the toys of the week, I should say. I've been delving into the weird and the wonderful, a little bit of the strange, the kinky here and there. And in my perusal of the interwebs, I came across a website called baddragon.com. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but Bad Dragon is basically, for our nerds and blurs out there, it is sex meets D&D. And for our non-nerds and blurs, D&D means Dungeons and Dragons. That's basically the home of your mythical and magical creatures. And Bad Dragon just happens to be the home of their penises, I guess.
Oh, wait. That's all it is? Oh.
No, it's not. I'll go further into it. So basically, our toy of the week is Orkai. And I'm sure our lovely hubby should put it up on the screen. But Orkai is a dragon kaichu dildo. And for those of you who don't know what a kaichu is, then think Pacific Rim. Google it. But basically, so huge,
I thought that was an arm. Oh, there it goes. Oh, well.
Yeah, no, it's a dildo, and it's those huge draconian type monsters or whatever, the ones that light up. And
Draconian, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, is it? What is that the word I'm looking for? What's the word? I don't know.
Draconian.
Draconian. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Trey. So I'm just going to read real quick from the website. It says, Order-Kai is a fantastic toy, especially for those looking to feel something truly unique with how many different textures throughout the shaft Order-Kai has. Basically, it has scale-like textures strewn throughout the shaft to continue the pleasure-filled journey, and it has ribbed bends and curves to continuously change up the game. So, basically, I mean, you guys see it on the screen. If that's not enough, it dark. And what I found particularly
Genocide Circus, not everybody is a freak like you do. Calm down. Sorry.
What I found particularly interesting was the way that it glows in the dark is actually reminiscent of the way that the kaiju's skin lights up whenever they're about to attack. So if you guys have never seen Pacific Rim, go check it out. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, it just made this toy particularly interesting for me. So what do you guys think?
It definitely made me, because that blue one, I thought it was somebody's arm, and I was like, what the hell? Who's putting that where? Why? Do you? But damn. And then I saw the second one. I was like, it reminded me of that. It reminds me of Graboids, the movie, the Tremors. It reminds me of Tremors. The Jones came out the ground with the little tentacles that came out and snatched you, and then he gobbled you up. Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. Mm-hmm, and I'm like, hey, nah. I mean, if you want me to use it on you, cool. But yeah, that sounds creepy.
Chase, is it a yeah or no for you? You muted, boo. You muted.
Yeah.
My apologies. I got family in the house. Nobody knows how to open the garage door. They opened up the wrong one, and it was just like, meow, meow, meow. It was annoying. So I was like, I know they're gonna hear that. But yeah, that shit's weird. It just looked weird. It looked like something I don't want to participate in. Is this like a dildo? Is that what it is? Because
that's like exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it looked like it had super head. And it just, it did look like the things that came up from the sand. It does look like that.
No, you know what else it looked like?
Or the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yes.
But like, it just
What's interesting about this website, right, is that they pride themselves on the girth of their dildos. So I see you sipping on that soda can over there. It's girthy like that, and then it comes in a range of and it comes in a range of sizes. You get the mini, which is like the soda can size, and then to extra large. So I'm like, I don't even want to imagine what extra large is going to look like. And I mean, there are people out here who actually want that size. What?
People, when they do stuff from like a certain time period, or I don't know, that just looked like, I mean, I don't know what the hell that came from. Like, I'm not into that, whatever show that's from, or movie or game or whatever. But it just like, it feels like when people do very time things, which is more like medieval, like, or whatever, like outer space or whatever. Not what's that? Hentai, not hentai, but like when it's like literally, like, I've watched porn and it's just like for fun. Literally, when I'm like, what the fuck is that? Stupid ads come up on the sites, and it's just like, I bet you can come in like 5 seconds, and there's like some big ass fucking alien and shit, and it's like got like big ass dick, like for no reason. I'm like, why when you think of something like larger than life, like extraterrestrial thing, you automatically think this thing must have a hammer tree branch on it. Like, it has to be 40 inches thick. Like, it is it can't just be a normal thing. I think it's just like so weird that their brain goes, they have to be carrying like that. Because if that's the case, every fat dude would have like a third leg, and that's not true. So therefore,
that's not how that works.
You said that's not how that works?
It's not how that works.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like they think of bigger than life things have like, or bigger than like, not human, have like this whatever. And I'm like, if a big dude is always supposed to have that, then every fat dude would have a big dick. And trust me, not every fat dude has a big dick. So, you know,
I mean, but you got to think about it though. A lot of people have monster kinks and they sexualize those types of creatures. So you got to think about like werewolves, vampires, that type of thing. They sexualize them, and it
I
just
get the power like behind it. I just was like, who's whole, and why is your whole? That's the more important question. Why yours?
right.
Why your whole? Why your whole? Like you can't even put it in English. Why your whole do that? Why your whole do it?
Listen, we don't kink shame. We don't kink shame around here.
You're literally at
We don't.
birthing centimeter every time. Like you're always at a birthing centimeter. You're always
you said, wait a minute, what was body parts?
You always got an 8-pound, 15-ounce baby coming out of you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild. Like if you got pregnant and it came to try to push, baby here, y'all. Here it is.
Jamaica, yes.
Yeah.
I'm currently on the website.
At-home births.
Yeah, for those of y'all who are interested in Bad Dragon, because again, some people do have monster kinks. We do not kink shame. I will drop the link in our Discord under the kinky link. And it's not only dildos. They have sleeves, and they have vibrators. They have condoms. There's a complete and total variety. I will probably be showcasing a couple of toys from this website. I'm just gonna let y'all know that in the weeks to come. So just be on the lookout for more.
They have a graboid masturbator. This is why I was making. So yes, Jamaica, I went to the website. I finally loaded up on my iPad, and I'm just scrolling through, trying to hold this conference. And this Joe this looks like the worms from Dune. I'm confused right now. I'm like, wait a minute. But then I see like if you just go to
site, like is that what they are? A sci-fi sex like website?
Making fantasies real. I guess they're just
fantasies real. So like I said, it's like sex candy pretty much. There is a dildo for every type of monster that you can think of. They have humanoid dildos as well.
Yes.
So
unfortunately, my best friend was raised on a horse farm, so unfortunately, I know what a horse looks like, and they got horse ones too. They got horse ones. They got tentacles. They got one called the Kraken. I didn't even think about the Kraken and how it reproduces, but it's got a shell around the phallus, and it's I'm closing this.
Look up the one. No, wait, before you close it, look up the one called Ika. It's IKA.
I feel like these are only made for sets. Like I mean, yes, people obviously it's out there for people to consume because it exists and it still exists. But I just feel like, and I'm not even trying to kink. It's not even a kink thing. Like I just think of it like as a body part thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's hole should be that open. Like that's just like how I think of it. Like, and it's not like saying, oh, you have so many bodies or whatever. Like nothing like that. I don't think anyone's hole should be that open. Like that to me feels like anything and everything can just get up inside you. Like it weirds me out that like you're like when people like what's that thing called? When they gape their buttholes and shit. I'm like, why would you do that? Like you literally finish shit on yourself every 0.5 seconds without question. Like you have no more butt muscles. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like.
Did y'all see the Twitter the tweet that came out in the thread? Oh my! She was asking how long it took for her people's buttholes to heal after they had anal sex, and people were saying that some took them a month, some took them 5 days. Like they didn't use the bathroom. It really shouldn't be that serious, y'all. Like I don't know what y'all out here doing with y'all buttholes, but it really is not that bad. One girl said that she said she didn't go to the bathroom for like 4 days because everything felt windy.
Just walking around whistling Dixie, huh?
Yeah, some people, their body they just can't do it. I'll say that not everybody can do everything, right? And so just because one person can do something one time and it's like, oh, this is perfectly fine, doesn't mean the next time, a person does it, it's going to be the same result. So once again, do what you feel like your body is able and capable to do. Don't go outside of your limits. Don't go outside of your realms, and don't do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable at all. Because if some dude came up to me and like, "This is the toy we're gonna use," you need to fucking leave. Like immediately. Like I don't know who you thought this was, but I ain't have 8 babies at the same time and birth them all. Okay, so nah, I'm good.
I mean, hey, if she want me to use it, cool. All right, cool. I'm gonna look at you sideways, but Hey, we can.
Definitely when
That's your
people get
toy. You're
pissy,
not.
like,
Don't turn around with a
ooh,
strap on talking about, hey, let's.
ooh.
No, we're not returning the fucking favor. That's not happening over here. I don't judge people who do it, but yeah, no, Trey don't get pegged.
They do have wearables, just so y'all know. Just let y'all know.
I saw they have every, but the masturbators are what threw me out. It's just like, yo, that is a whole sandworm from Doom.
The
Dear God,
masturbators threw you off. The squirters threw me off.
I didn't see the squirt.
Bro.
See, we'll be looking, we'll be picking
We
this
gonna
up,
talk
fucking
about it.
side
We'll
apart
talk about it.
all day.
Yeah, I'll highlight it. For y'all. And I'll drop the link in the Discord too, just in case y'all have more curiosity.
Well, Jamaica already went. She said, goes to website. Lord,
Have mercy, Jesus. Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
like, oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on there. All right, so let's get into our first topic of the night. All right. We've all done it. If you say you ain't done it, use a lie. Come on, get up out of here. We've all done this, what we're about to talk about, none other than home videos, personal documentation, skin flicks on your cell phone. We've been doing them as far back as when we had that first camera on Nextels. I remember having pixelated pussies all over my phone. So,
Not pixelated pussy. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
I did. Oh, definitely. I'm a memento keeper. I personally have my own catalog of stuff that I've keep. I don't share them amongst my friends. I don't pass them along. Nobody knows what I've done. It's my business and that person's business. Yes, they're aware of it. They know what's going on. I don't hide shit. And yeah, I even invested in a tripod. So I'm down with the home videos. But Chase, I think you had something you wanted to ask about this particular situation.
Yeah. So because I know I always take a long time to get to the point, but I always try to draw a big picture for everybody. But I'm gonna put up the question in the first place, in the first spot. When is the appropriate time to delete your media? Like, when is it? Like, whether it's been media sent to you personally, things that you've had in a relationship and you've moved on. When is the appropriate time? Or even like your own personal time media? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like porn saved hub, likes, videos, and accounts and whatever. So I asked only because now here's the story because you can think about your answer. Anyway, I asked because I can't remember exactly where I got it from. I always get to the point where we talk about these things and I never remember. But I do know that talk about with particular people and everything like that, some media has been shown to other people and some things have happened, past transgressions, blah, 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 blah. And then also getting into new relationships. I know that a personal of mine was getting into something and they seen something from the past and they were like, why do you still have this in your phone? Like, and they're like, oh, I just forgot about it. I didn't even realize I have it. And of course they were starting an argument because like, how would you forget that you have this in your phone? Do you still watch it? Yada, 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 and all that other bullshit. Do y'all think that once you break up and or stop messing with such person or get into a relationship and you've had your own personal stuff, like I said, from websites or your own type of content, do you think that you should delete it, or when is the time frame to delete it, or if you should delete it at all? Trey,
I'm gonna let you answer that question first, sir.
I don't delete. Like I said earlier, I keep mementos. I have my own catalog. I have a hard drive with certain things on it that nobody has access to. And no, I don't. But I'm also very open and honest about things. I'm not going to hide something and I don't go back revisiting things when I'm in a relationship. I'm with you. You're all I need. This is where I'm going. So I'm not going to go back and when you go off on a trip, watching my flicks and handling things. No, it's in the past. But it's part of my childishness, and I will admit that it is past conquests that I've had that I keep and I store. But no, I don't have a reason. I had an ex one time who deleted a lot of stuff, and I'm still mad at her about that. But she did that without my permission. She went into my laptop and deleted all my shit. I was pissed. So but yeah, overall, I'm not going to.
Let's not invade people's privacy, people.
Yeah.
Per.
So here's the deal. I have never been a keeper of home videos if they were not, like of me.
Personally.
Yeah, personally. There may or may not be some home videos from previous years floating out there, in on the interwebs or something like that of me. Don't Google it. But other than that, no. Like I don't think I wouldn't keep I wouldn't keep any past lovers or anything like that, like none of their videos, because like once I moved on, this is probably the married me talking, but like I'm not interested in anybody else's dick. So,
That's fair.
yeah. So I mean, that's just me. So I wouldn't keep it. Do I think that you should probably delete the media once you get into a relationship? I would say it depends on the seriousness of the relationship. Like if, you know what I'm saying, y'all not like in it, then I wouldn't delete it until you get, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say, oh, I'm with this new person now, so let me delete everything. I mean, that's if you are, like Trey and you want to have, but as for me, once I'm done, I move on.
Yeah. But I remember now, guys. Whew, my memory.
Okay.
All right. So the reason why I brought this up is because me and a person, okay, that you may or may not know, me and a person at one point in time were chatting. Okay. We was talking that good talk, whatever.
Chatting.
And of course, no, literally. And of course, like media was flowing. We was flying. Shit was crazy. Okay. And this person has gotten into a relationship. Now, it's definitely been more than 3 months since I probably done this, but I can't remember when I did it, but it hasn't been in the past 3 to 4 months. So I don't really remember when I did this. But I guess I went into our saved information and deleted it. Like just taking it was on Snapchat. So like once you delete like your media, you delete it, whatever, right? So I went and I've deleted it. And 4 or 5 months later, I get yo, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, why would you delete the shit? And I'm like, I'm sorry. What do you?
Because it's fine.
What do you mean? And I'm like, you're in a whole relationship. Why does it matter? You know what I'm saying? If I delete it or not.
Looking at the highlights.
Like literally, like, thank you. That's what my thing. I was like, you're in a whole relationship. He's like, at the end of the day, my girl understands that whatever happened prior to our relationship is something that happened prior to our relationship. And that's something that was of mine. Like you made it and catered it towards me. So therefore it's my media. I wouldn't want you to go ahead and delete something that I feel like was mine because it was made in the thought, in the image of me. So why would you delete it? And my main question was like, why did you have to go back and look? Right. Because what was the purpose? You know what I'm saying? If this wasn't like some ooh boobs or like ooh a cat or like whatever, like the media was literally like it was face involved, but the media literally was personally for you. This wasn't like I just sent you a boob pic to send you a boob pic. Like titty's a titty, my nigga. But it was literally a personal media for you because it's something that you wanted. This is something that is pertained to you. Like, yes, so subjectively, this is for you. So that means when you're watching it, you're not watching it because it's like, oh, look, I seen Candace's titties again. Wow, look at that. No, you're watching it because you're like, Candace was doing this for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that idea. Like this is I'm still getting off on her doing this for me. Why are you still getting off on me doing that? Like there's no need. Like you have a whole person. Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And like there's other people that I've done that with, like, all right, bro, time has passed. Like, we don't talk like that no more, yada yada yada. Let's delete this media. Let's let it go. Like there's no reason for us to hold on to it. Personally for me, I'm one of those people where I feel like if you move on, you don't have to delete the media. Like it depends. For example, if it's me, like if I'm the one, if I am Marilyn Monroe in this tape here, then I'm not gonna delete it because it's literally me. It's all of me, right? And that's what it usually is. Now, I think I have maybe 1-2 things of a guy personally saved in an action between us, but you don't see his face. It's literally no face, no case. Everything else is like me personally. So if a dude, if I got into a relationship and a guy would question me like, why do you still have this? And I'm like, all you're seeing is what? A man's body part. And what are you seeing? Candace. So like, why does it matter? I'm looking at it for me. Like I looking back at my reels and being like, all right, okay, I did this. Okay, we did that with the double circle turn. Okay, but this is how I keep up my playbook. Okay, what I'm saying? I'm trying to get me a husband. Okay. I gotta keep up my skills, okay? So you gotta look back at your playbook and see what you did wrong, see what you did right, what you could do better next time. But if I was to get into a relationship as soon as I don't want to say as soon as you get in a relationship, I think it would have to be something talked about because like today, I forgot some media even existed until somebody sent me back some stuff today, and I was like, well, look at me, champion, But I forget, like it's not something that's on my mind, and I think some people even forget that part. So if a person gave you the excuse of like, oh well, I guess if they said like, oh, I forgot it was even there, would you believe a person if they say they forgot they had media?
I can see that happening because of how much, like, how often do you purge your pictures? How often do you go through your camera roll and be like, all right, delete,
Yeah,
delete,
like
delete, delete, delete?
never.
Yeah, never.
It's
Not
it's
ever.
very possible that, and then now iPhone, if you have an iPhone, they'll give you a
Warning.
slideshow of a certain date, or it might be the same date a year later.
Yeah,
And you
that
might have
mine
got
does it
someone that
too.
day. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's
That's
possible.
what,
Like, go
so
ahead.
for me, like I would say more so my recent media, I'll make sure I send it all to him and then I'll delete it. Because, being a mom, my phone sometimes becomes public property and I
Yeah,
ain't even seeing
I'm sorry, I
that
need to
type of
laugh at
stuff.
you. I'm sorry.
that sucks.
So,
That sucks.
yeah. So
But
yeah.
that's funny because it ain't gonna happen to me. Nigga, got your own phone. Get out of here.
I don't know.
That don't mean nothing.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to like stuff like that, like with certain medias, like I said, there's been times like Trey said, like I mean, I've had an Android, but it will show up like, oh, on this day, something, something, something. I'm
Right.
like, oh, look at me,
I
I was at the
remember that
store.
day.
Oh, look at blah blah blah. Next slide, I'm busting it open. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whole video.
oh, like
Whole video.
I'm disgusted with myself. Like, what is going on here, ma'am? Like, have respect for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so if I forget stuff that I recorded of me personally, nobody else is in the room. This is just a me thing. If I recorded something of me and I forgot, do you think I'm gonna remember like that I have this stuff? Like I know it's there, but it's not something that I actively go to. Like this one person, I have a bunch of like we have our shared folder, Google Drive me. Okay. It's a bunch of shit. I don't go there to look at it because it's not something that's like on my brain to go look at. Now, if I'm in the mode and because I'm single as fuck, like yeah, I'll go do that because who doesn't love enjoying watching their own selves? But it's just one of those things of like, I don't think of going there. It's not something that's that deep to me. But I feel like everybody should have a conversation with their partner.
Yeah.
You should definitely have a conversation with your partner because I remember one time, like Trey, like you said, somebody went snooping through your stuff. And somebody went snooping through his stuff and flipped the fuck out. I mean, flipped out and was like, who is this bitch? And he's like, this was literally 6 months ago. This last recording was 6 months ago. You haven't seen anything in the past 6 months.
Gotta love timestamps.
As a new recording. So if you haven't seen a new recording in the past 6 months, what does that mean? It ended and we were done 6 months ago. If I met you only a month and a half ago, that means what? Being this person still wasn't interacting like that. So like, what is? You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
It's just like you just or stop going into people's laptops and like you want at that point you want to find something. Like Tony Braxton, the Braxton's mother said, if you find your person cheating, and you know for a fact that you are not going to bother to leave that person, let them cheat in peace. Let them cheat in peace. You have no qualms in your body to leave. You're gonna be like, I am not you. Fuck you. You cheat ass nigga. You're doing all this shit just to lay beside him in bed at night. Now, what the fuck sense does that make?
Because some people like drama. Some people like to have that type of conflict.
Yeah.
So they're gonna continue to look.
I'm just trying to listen. At this point in my life, even if I was at this point in my life, I just want peace. Okay. And my mother always told me, if you go looking for something, so I'm just like, because I want my privacy. He's entitled to his privacy. Just mind your business. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, honestly, with me, because me and Habduser, we have each other's passcodes and stuff like that. He goes, fine, we're not going through each other's messages and all that other bullshit. Who has time for that? I'm too old to be playing detective. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Not Inspector Gadget.
Right.
There you go. So I got a question for you. So in those situations, ladies, when I'm pretty sure you have your group chats where everything goes down, this is an audible question. Do you guys hold your female friends accountable when they tell you, yeah, I went through his stuff, I went through his phone? And if you don't, why not?
Yes.
Yes,
I am a person where I don't allow, I don't even want to say allow. I don't like, excuse the noise in the background, guys. I don't like when people do things that they know that they would be infuriated over, hurt over, or whatever. So why do the same? The shit doesn't make sense to me. I had a friend tell me one time, like, oh yeah, like I did sleep with this guy, blah blah blah. You haven't gave homeboy notification that you're done with the relationship. Granted, you've been done for the past 2.5 months. You wanted him to try.
Moved on to somebody else.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, you're not supposed to. And this was like in college. And I was just like, what are you doing? Like, I know we're in college and we're supposed to be having fun, but like, honestly and truly, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You want to do what you need to do. Like, I've had people approach me on some like, so what's up? And I'm like, aren't you messing with so and so? Like, even if you're just messing with that person, you're connected with them, like very much so. Like, no. No. So like, especially with my female friends, I will definitely tell them like, now you know you were wrong when you said this and third. Or do you think that you could have said yada 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 yada? Or like, do you think that you were being a little bit over dramatic? Or when you're saying like, oh, I'm going through, like, why are you going through this stuff? Are you gonna leave him? Are you gonna leave him? No? Okay, then like, just, I'm always gonna check a person just because as much as like as single of a case I am, I know what's right and what's wrong. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm always playing devil's advocate, but I will let you know definitely if you've done wrong. Like, you know, I had a friend recently tell me, you know, something happened. And I'm just like, oh, you know, I didn't raise you like that. Like, why would you do that? Or whatever. But then they let me know, like, actually it was 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, okay. Like, okay. You know, you've explained it to me. You kind of let me know what this was foreground. And I only assumed what you gave, with what information you gave me. But if you explain it to me, I could probably understand, but I'm still going to scold you. Like, the fuck? But yeah, I definitely hold my people accountable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you know that your friends aren't doing the right thing, you have to hold them accountable. Like, if you see them do something wrong, and it's the same thing with everybody. We should be holding our people accountable when we know for the fact that they're doing something they shouldn't be doing.
Okay. The reason why I ask, because I hear, and it's not, and I want to make sure I clarify, it's not just women who do that, it's dudes who do that, and I've done it in the past myself. But that's back when I was working at Sprint, and I could see every text that you sent. But anyway, yeah, I was guilty of it in the past too. But I've since then learned that, you know, you, like you said, you go looking for things, you're going to fucking find them, and you may not be happy with what you find once you go fucking looking. So stay your ass in your own lane and mind your damn business. But why do you think that people don't? Like, those who don't, why do you think they don't? Before you answer that, check in the comments here on YouTube. Let's see, Damon Collin, what's going on? I'm not gonna growl. My voice is a little hurting from yelling earlier. Lillian Desu, mine do. Good job. Also, I've had to dial back a lot because of the trauma. I went through one guy's stuff, and it was wrong, and I'm not making excuses for myself on that. And my friends definitely yoked me up. But good job, you got some good friends. But yeah, like I said, why do you think people don't do that?
They're scared to hurt their friends' feelings. They don't want to end up on their friends' bad side. And I understand that we all gonna say we're all adults. We should keep each other in check and stuff. And granted, it's way easier to say than to do. You know, and I'm more than sure we all are like, oh, we will always keep our friends in check. Da 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 da. Then we get to that point and we're like, oh, this is my friend. Like, I don't want to say this. I don't want to, like, you know, I have one friend, Brittany, and she would check me on my shit every fucking time. Like, even when it's personal things to me, I could say him like, I hate my stomach. I hate this. And I'm like, well, bitch, get the fuck up and work out and stop eating. Like, stop. If you either do something about it or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I can tell her, like, you know, well, I go through these things, and she has to understand just as much I have to understand we are not the same. Two cool people love and laugh about the same thing, but we are not the same person. I think some people feel like they're the same person as their friend, And so they're like, well, I wouldn't want to be told this, so I don't want to tell my friend this because we're the same. And it's like, you're not. You're not. How you look and view and interpret things is a lot different than how your friend will. So if you feel like, okay, I need to check you on this, don't feel bad about doing it. And I think that's the majority of the reason why they don't want to hurt their friends' feelings, because a lot of people have, and I've seen it on TikTok and other places and story times and YouTube videos where someone has literally made their friend try to be held accountable, and it split their friendship up. Some people 10, 15-year friendships have ended because they're like, all right, bro, I can't take this no more. Like, you need to stop. And the friend's like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Where's this coming from? You ain't never been like this towards me. And it's like, because we're too grown now, bruh. We're too grown now. Like, when we were kids, I could let this shit slide. I can't let this slide no more. Like, get it together. And because this is either the first time or because you're being so upfront, they're like, yo, you fake, you change, you different, you ain't the same person I knew. And it's like, am I fake? Am I different? Have I changed? Or you?
But you might have changed. It might just be that you're growing in the right direction.
It's called growth.
Yeah.
And when you're growing, and when you grow into, the person that you're supposed to be, like people, like there's some behaviors that are just, what I'm saying, just completely out of line, out of pocket. And for somebody to sit there and not say something to somebody about it, then that shows that, honestly, to me, it shows a lack of maturity. I think it shows that you have respect for your friend to be able to call them to the carpet and be like, dog, you're doing completely wrong. Yep. So I completely agree with Chase when it's just like, it's honestly a fear. For one, it's a fear of confrontation with your friend. And then for two, it shows a lack of maturity in yourself if you don't check that person. Like, you can know, honestly, in your heart that this person is completely fucked up, but will not say anything to them just because of those two things for me.
That's fair. Okay. So the reason why I asked about accountability, because our next topic is a little toxic, and I ain't gonna lie, I took a little sick joy out of this because I'm a little bit off. I don't know how many of you saw it inside our Discord. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. There was a young lady who was sitting in the vehicle, and she had pulled up to this guy's house and was basically begging him to take her back. And
a full ass temper tantrum.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen our Discord, Hubdooser, if you can, drop the link to Discord on YouTube so people can join in. But she literally, she legit looks psycho. She looks like she's having a possessed moment of, please take me back. I wish we could play it, but I don't think we got it queued up. And I asked the question to the group chat there, and I just wanted to know, have you ever had this type of experience? Have you ever performed like that? Have your soul ever been snatched, basically, and it made you feel like you had to go get it back? Me personally, I'm like, look, if I snatch a soul, I'll return it at the end of the relationship. Like, look, we gonna break evenly. Here's your soul back. It no longer belongs to me. Go with God. But ladies, what do you think of the situation? Have you ever had that happen?
Have I ever had someone beg?
Your soul snatched to the point that you would be willing to pull up to somebody's address crazy and beg them to take you back, or you snatched a soul and that person feels that side of the coin. They would drive up to your house and try to take you back.
I mean, no, I think we've already shared the story of when I snatched a soul and they were like literally following me or calling me all the time, or I was in college and they were like, be like, yo, I see you walking down. I see you walking home. And I'm like, what? Like, in the streets with it. Like, they're still my friend. We're still cool and stuff. I think it was just their first grade A head that they've really, really gotten. And I was like, I mean, hey, like, I'm sorry. My skills is elite, I didn't mean to do that to you, I'm sorry. But that's like minor. I don't think I have never had anyone like pull up on me like, baby, please, like on some shit like that. Like especially on those sexual shit. I've never had like that happen, nor would I ever give a man even the entertainment to think that he has that over me. Like, that is that's sickening. Like, shorty embarrassed herself, and that's what she did. Like, that's sickening because, but like, besides it being man woman, besides it being sex, besides it being relationship, you should never, and I say this to y'all every time I'm here, y'all should never let nobody have any power over you whatsoever. You should never let yourself be out here and getting embarrassed or looking stupid in these streets because you want somebody. Okay, I don't care how bad it hurts out the breakup. Like, you can sensibly call somebody and try to talk it out, but if you have to get into begging, nah. Like, you need to leave. Like, no, you should not be. You should never beg nobody for literally nothing, not even a job. Like, no, you want to let me go over some bullshit? Here for my lawyers. Do it up. I'll get more money than you were going to pay me in a year anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't find it in my soul to like beg nobody for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even my mother, when I was younger, you know how your parents be like, you can't go here, blah, blah, blah. Please, mom, please just let me give. I'd be like, and
your
why
ass
can I
probably
not?
snuck out.
No, I never. Oh, Mom was never. Crazy. No, I was just like, Mom, but why not? I was always that person. I would rather sit there and try to figure it out than sit there and be like, and please, mom, please, please. No, there was I don't know if anybody else did that. I got used to my mama saying no so much that it'd be like, I'm sorry, you want me to go to your birthday party? Okay, let me ask my mom real quick. Nah, bro, I can't go. I'm sorry. I can't. She said no.
Because you know what I'm saying? In the first place, when you don't ask your mother and you get him the answer, you
ain't really want to go.
No, it wasn't that. I got so used to my mother telling me no that I knew she was going to say no anyways. Why waste my breath? Why think that I was going to get the hope of being granted to go somewhere? I got tired of the shit. I'm all set. This is why I'm a homebody now. I never got allowed to do shit when I was younger. So I'm not going to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So I've never been that person to get into the point of begging. And I'm never going to pull up on no Negro and be like, I want you back. Please take me back. The fuck? What the fuck? No. No. Like, you out of your mind. No.
Y'all should have seen the comments under that video. Somebody, I know y'all seen the TikTok where the girl was like, y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up.
Stand up. Not your boo Walter gave her the maximum cream dream. I'm dead.
His name is Walter.
That's not even the point. The point is like you went to somebody else. That's like, do you remember that
snatched by a nigga named Walter?
And do y'all remember that video, like 2016, where he was like, "You was my baby, you was my fucking cinnamon apple." Do y'all remember my man was outside that girl's car like screaming for her? Like, no, because, and I feel like this, the only time you beg is when you know you've done something wrong or something has happened and it was wrong on your part. So I like, once again, I think shorty's really dumb and shit for begging for somebody. I don't care how good the dick is. I've had some grand top tier penis, and I've never been like, he needs to call me. I need to talk to him, please. Like, no, the fuck, no. Like, I'll be okay. Like, I want it. I'll incite for it, but I'm never gonna beg nobody for it.
Incite for it.
I'm not begging anybody for anything. I'm sorry.
So y'all never had y'all soul snatch, is what you're telling me.
Excuse me. The person who ultimately snatched my soul, I have his last name. So
fair enough. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my share of crazy.
My bitch won with that sentence alone.
You said what?
Put it on a t-shirt. The person who snatched my soul, I got their last name.
That's your first merch. That's your first merch. There you go.
A lot of hoes can't see that.
Royal decrees. There you go. Put that on the shirt. So, all right. Okay.
And Royal still wouldn't even beg for that. That's the crazy thing. Like, she's married to this man, and she's like, "No, I heard you." And like, that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even gonna beg to us. Like, come on, y'all. Get it together, bro. Get it together. Like,
I was going to say, I'm gonna say it. The only people catch me doing.
What? I'm sorry, your sound went out, babe.
You went out.
I went out. I said, the only begging you're gonna catch me doing is inside the bed. That's pretty much it.
We're not gonna catch that. We're not walking in that bedroom. We know better. We know better. Downstairs we can already time to go. They upstairs. It's time to go. All right.
I am not that bad. Shut up.
I am not too scared to admit that I have had my soul snatched before. And Yeah, your boy went a little crazy, little. I did some begging, did everything. Of course, this is in my younger days. Um, yeah, it's only happened with one person, and yeah, I don't. I think it was because I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. I didn't understand my capabilities, my own worth, and yeah, I was able to lower myself down to that level of being wanting somebody so bad in my life that I was willing to damn near get on both knees and beg them to take me back. Um, and it went, and honestly, it wasn't because of something I did; it's because of the situation. But yeah, fuck it. My son's mother. So I wanted to keep my family together because I wanted to have that whole family unit thing, and things went south. If you know, you know. It is what I'm not going to go into detail, but yeah, that I've definitely been there. But um, I had well, my group of friends. I had tight knit groups of friends that pretty much, Nick, if you don't get your ass up, Land had to yoke me up, and that's why I wanted to kind of double back to that whole accountability thing. So, ladies, if you,
I'm sorry. I have a question for you personally. Because because it was going to slip my mind and I was going to forget, and I was like, wait for the breath. Do you think, or because obviously I'm not a man, do you think that for men it's something where you probably have had your soul snatched beforehand, but because this person didn't have the interest of that you wanted in this particular person, then it wasn't that deep to you? Like, you probably had some either grade A bomb ass cat, you were like, this is I can't top this, but you didn't have a connection, or you didn't have, I don't want to say feelings, but you just didn't have that genuinely connection with that person, right? But then with this part, with your child's mother, because you had that connection and it was just a great ass cat on top of that, it was oh, I want this, I need this to stay, so because I feel like with women it's we could almost be kind of 50% disappointed regardless of the fact. So it's really it's just our feelings with you that could really make us go crazy, and that's what happens most of the time. Most of these people who go crazy about men probably have really whack ass D. It's just how you made us feel as a person made us crazy about you. But I feel like with men, it's just I'm gonna get my nut off, I'm gonna get satisfied every single time regardless of the fact, but my connection with you on top of that can make a difference. So do you think that also played a part into it?
Yeah, it was kind of a perfect storm. Like, she's literally the only one that ever got a kid out of me. So it was a perfect storm of emotion, sex, and everything else included. So yeah, that definitely plays a part. But what prevented me from ever having to go down that road was that friendship check. Like, I'll shout him out. Mr. Petty himself was like, nigga, if you don't pull yourself up by your motherfucking bootstraps, I'm beat your ass myself. Get over this shit. You're better than that. Keep it moving. And I was able to come out of that place. But I think that a lot of people, both men and women, who don't have any type of structure around them, any type of friendship group, or people that genuinely give a fuck about them, that's not going to just laugh behind them behind their back. Oh, that bitch got cheated on. Ha 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 ha. They fall into these categories. Like, I don't think if there was a group chat that girl was in, any of her friends would have sat there and been like, yeah, girl, you did the right thing. You gave it your all. They'd have been like, bitch, where are you? I'm coming to get you right now because you're being stupid, and you are my friend. You embarrassing me. That's what I think would have happened. So, but I was doubling back to accountability. If you guys were in that friendship group, I kind of answered it for you. What would you have told her if she called you and said that she just did that, or you found out that your best friend was going viral on the internet for doing so?
If I scrolled up on my For You page and I saw my bitch doing that shit, I think I would have stitched the video before I would have called her, because he posted it, right?
He posted it.
He posted it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if he posted it, I would call her and I'm like, are you dumb? Do you see what is happening right now? You're literally the dumbest bitch in the world right now. That's what your label is. You're viral. 500,000 likes, 1 million views later. You're literally labeled the dumbest bitch in the world. Why would you go to that extent? Why would you lose yourself over a man like that? And I don't want to say men are worthless, they're down below us. I'm saying as a person, why would you, I don't care if she's gay, straight, bi, pan, skillet, I don't care. The point is, it's why would you sit there and
She said skillet. She did. We're not gonna let her pass.
Why would you sit there and lose your temperament? lose who you are. And there's only been a few
you out of character.
Exactly. There's only been very few, and I could count them on my hand, that I have been taken out of character, and that's over defending people I love. And that's the only time that's ever going to happen, right? And that's out of defense, not trying to sit here and be like, improve myself. No, it's out of defense for people. You know what I'm saying? So for you to sit there and try to prove yourself to another person, are you stupid? Like, and you must be if that's what you're doing. Like I wouldn't tolerate it, you know. And then I would stitch the video, and I'd be like, I taught her better. I don't know what this is. This is dumb. like no, this is it. You know, because when you look in those videos, the comment section, there's always the friend that's always at the pin at the top, like, oh my gosh, my friend was down bad. This dude did this, that, and the third. You don't know the whole story.
Protect my bitch. You stupid ass.
No.
Said I identify as a non-stick.
Jamaica's stupid.
Yeah.
Jamaica's stupid. That's the type of people I like. When they hear something, they'll sit there and get like their panties in a bunch. They get it and they go, "This is funny. Let's run with it." Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jamaica. I appreciate you, Cheesy.
Oh Jesus, I'm a non-stick. This is gonna be one of the things. It's gonna be like in the middle of my work day, and I'm gonna be in somebody's house in their kitchen, and I'm gonna see a pan, and I'm just gonna bust out laughing and think I'm fucking crazy. Royal, you had a couple of questions underneath this one that you wanted to ask the group.
Oof, I felt good.
I didn't. Wait a minute.
You did. Do you want me to read them? Because I was trying to give you a segue to talk.
Oh, okay. God, I skipped the whole topic. Okay, so I think, Trey, you already covered one of them. Like, have you experienced? Have you ever been a crazy one? My question was, what are some of your soul snatching techniques?
We get some feedback going.
I don't know if it's me or.
It's an echo. Sorry. Soul snatching techniques. So we're gonna get back into the kinky space of things. Yes, thank you, Jamaica. You know, now besides sexual prowess, not to brag, I'm not saying I'm king dingling or anything like that, but I think it also is that perfect storm of things, like I mentioned earlier. From my end, it's being accountable, it's being communicative, it's being a loyal individual and getting on your emotional side, not being emotional, but understanding who you are, you know, stuff like that, but also being a strong individual that you can rely on. And that makes my value to her raise up in her eyes. That will make it seem as though I'm still in that soul. So yeah, the bedroom stuff comes into it, but there's more aspects of it. So without going into too much detail,
I feel like a connection is probably one of the biggest things that you should have in the bedroom anyway. You know what I mean? Like emotionally, the communication and everything. You have to be, you know what I'm saying, here. Like you have to be connected to each other in some type of way in order for the sex to be like, you know, like super stellar for me. I would say that probably some of my soul snatching techniques. I can't talk. I'm a little tipsy. It would definitely come down to the head. Like I give a lot of attention in that area because once I'm down there, I'm down there. You know what I'm saying? It's me and him, we good friends.
Hey, Abdus, put that picture back up with the soul in her throat. When I saw that one took me out.
I'm just saying, like the connection and the communication.
Your mic going out again.
Damn it! What is happening with my mic today? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
it's okay.
So, no, I was saying that the connection is there. If we have the connection, you know what I'm saying. If the soul, listen, your soul is being snatched. Okay, I already told y'all it's such a thing called the girlfriend treatment back in the day. Now you getting the wife treatment. You understand? And that means that me and him, we got to have a nice long conversation.
There you go. Let me introduce you to your tonsils. All right.
Hello.
Hey, let's go.
I think who said it? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys follow Nay Boogie with the hoodie on TikTok, but she said it the best. She says, the better you treat me, the deeper my throat gets. Just let that sit with you. This thing.
I follow her. Yeah, never mind. Physical technique wise, of course, my go-to is not even insertion. It's something that's part of the preamble. It's and I think I've described it before where when you're doing phalange play your fingers, for those who don't know, but finger play, you're finding that G spot and then pressing on the lower abdomen so that your hands meet and you get that whole thing generated, and then you have your thumb free for clitoral stimulation and, man in a boat, for those who don't know. But yeah, that one usually gets good reactions. That's a good gimme move for you. Chase.
I would say everything, to be honest. Is this whole snatching thing. I mean, I don't like to big up myself, but whoop to the fucking whoop. I feel like that I do the damn thing. These goddamn firecrackers going crazy. I feel like
it's the third.
Stupid. But I feel like I really like from the rooter to the tutor, like for real. Like it.
But you don't give out the tutor.
I don't give up the tutor, but I give up the Vuda. Okay, and that's all they need. You feel me?
The Vuda is technically the nose, but okay.
But
she might be getting freaky with it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like
let me smell you coming. Let me smell.
Can you imagine if somebody else was just like put it on the table and
stop.
Oh my god.
Cancel it. We'll see you next week. It's over.
Good night, everybody.
That's fucking nasty.
Anyway, oh God, I can't get it out.
Can't, because I have such a visual memory.
Yes,
and it's
that's
just
literally what it is.
No,
like I can feel.
We got box. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Genocide Circus. I'm sorry. Genocide Circus says I use the Cena's 5 moves of doom. And Jamaica says conscious connection and communication facts. And Genocide Circus. Then I turn heel and leave the company with the world title.
But what I was gonna say is, yes, I think my whole entire body is, but I don't do like it. The only special thing I think I do is the double hand twister 5,000. That really does something for the people in the front and the back. Like they lose their fucking mind over that shit. And how strong my kegels are while I'm fucking, because then there's a point where I just make you stop. And I literally am just fucking you with my pussy. That's it. We're just stationary. You looking at me, I'm looking at you. Pussy just talking.
That. And that's not the first time
I do that all the time. Like they'll be so, I'm like, and I tell them stop, stay in there.
Damn it, Jamaica.
I'm kegling going crazy. I'm just going stupid. And they're like, and I'm like, you feel that? They're like, damn. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Kegels. I'm sorry. Jamaica says.
Jamaica is on one today. That's all I'm
saying. Singing White Lines.
Really oh my god. Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because that's one thing that I've never done. Like,
yeah, we lost her
again. I've never
say it again. Say it again.
Rewind.
Say it again.
I said I've never done that before, but I'm going to. I think I'm going to try it. Like I used it during, but I've never stopped him and just done it.
Oh, I stop it all the time because it's either that I don't want to say I'm tired, but I'm like I feel like you're pumping a lot, and I have no problem with it. I'm enjoying it. But let's just enjoy the reason why you're here. Enjoy the feeling of it. Stop trying to get to a place. Stay here. Enjoy it. Bask in it. Feel in it.
Take a break.
And then take a moment. Take a moment while we're here.
Look at the scenery.
And then once they get into it, they don't go start slamming. They stop and they're like, you know what? I'm here for a reason. I'm like, you are here for a reason. Enjoy.
I will concede that is a good choice. That is a good choice. I might have to make a phone call. No, I'm not. The next thing you said, next thing you said was what do you do when you snatch the wrong soul?
Is there a soul that is wrong?
Amicably.
Is the wrong
absolutely.
soul? Yes, hold on.
There's a wrong soul.
Hold
Okay,
on.
go
Let's
ahead.
not
Go
hang up
ahead.
our face. Let's hold on. I was gonna say, is the wrong soul the example from the previous topic when the girl was pulled up begging? So that is the wrong soul.
That's the wrong soul.
No, for me, every soul gets snatched, regardless of the fact.
She's
However you react afterwards is your problem. I'm just out here living my best life.
So it's a you problem, is what you're saying.
That's a them problem.
It's a them problem. Got it.
Listen, I didn't talk all this talk. I didn't get on the phone with you and was speaking to you after 11 p.m. for shit. I was here to let you know what was going to happen. Now, if you didn't prepare yourself the way that you were supposed to, that has nothing to do with me. Okay? I let you know what was going to happen. I let you know that I love popsicles, lollipops, and all things oral. Now, if you felt that in your mind that meant, she ain't going to do shit, and then my phone is literally full of you, that's none of my problem. I gave you a forewarning. I think we all do that, though. That's not even me being cocky. We all do that. Do we not
govern yourself accordingly?
Communication? Do we not rainbow communication it, right? We all talk about communication. We talk about this. What do you like? I like these things. What do you like? I like these things. We talk about the things that we both like. We talk about the things that we love doing to people all the time. We give literal fucking details of what our favorite things to do are. Right? So then when it comes time to these things happening and we get it and you're like, oh, this is amazeballs, right? Don't overdo it yourself and then over accentuate and be like, oh, I need it all the time. Like, babe, we talked about that. Like, why are we surprised? What is the surprise? That's what I'm saying. So no, there's no soul that should not get snatched. It's the mere fact of I told you. And now look at you. Stupid.
You basically said, I told you so. Govern yourself.
I literally told you that. For people to act crazy like homegirl, that's dumb. He probably told her he probably told her what it is. And she was just like, you might want to break my bag. And now look at you.
That's one of the things that she said. He said, okay, he actually said, okay, we get back together. She was like, no, I want to be the only one. So she's not the only one that she's not the only soul that he's been snatching.
She's not the only subscriber.
He's out there. So because that's one of the things she's like, I want to be the only one. He was like, I can't do that.
He has a subscriber list.
No, you're number 7. Know your role. Play your fucking part.
I'm assuming he's poly.
No.
He's just telling her I'm fucking bitches, and you is a bitch I fuck. So
he's open
in the line of fucking bitches.
But he was upfront. Shut up. If he was upfront, then I mean, honestly, it's a her problem.
Exactly. I think he probably more than likely was upfront. She just doesn't like it. And she was probably under the impression that, I can change him and I can take him away from whomever. And that failed because somebody else probably got his soul.
Y'all better listen. Y'all better stop thinking that. Don't be going into these relationships talking about you can change somebody. Don't do that shit.
I don't think that going into something saying, I think the only time that you could go into something saying that you could probably change somebody's mind is if it's a person who's saying, I'm not ready for a relationship, or right at this moment in time, I don't want a relationship, because that also says that the person's not saying that a relationship will never happen to me. That means that it's open. It's very open. They're just putting a stopper for it to happen. But for now. But you could be the person they changed that for. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only time I would ever tell a person. I'm not saying that you should go into it like saying, "Ooh, I'm gonna make you get in a relationship with me." Because that's weird, right, bro. That's weird as fuck.
The thing is that they can say that, and you can, you know what I'm saying, you can go into the relationship with whatever y'all have with that, but then it's like you don't know if they're going to change their mind for you.
Yeah.
And if they're ready for a relationship, they may not be ready. So I don't think.
I'm saying like in the terms of like, they're saying that they're saying that right now a relationship is not for them. But that doesn't mean that a relationship does not exist for them with another person. That doesn't mean particularly the person in question, like, like, period. So you can go into it wanting a relationship and like they can tell I'm not ready for a relationship right now. If you just want to enjoy their time with that person, enjoy your time with that person. If they end up being like, yo, it's you, Pikachu, all right, cool, bet. We're both here at the same time. But at the same time, if the person doesn't end up wanting to get in a relationship, like you both can't be mad because they let you know, like, hey, I'm not ready for a relationship, but I do like the relationship I have with you, but just not like a full grown committed one. And that at that point, that's when a conversation should happen. But that's the only time I think a person's mind could get changed about something because it's something that it's very open to have if the person is something that they want. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a hard stop kind of thing.
Sorry, I'm typing. My bad. So we're still talking about snatching the wrong soul. My bad. Apologize. Yeah, definitely have done it, and not intentionally. Sometimes you get into a situationship with people, and yeah, they end up wanting more than you wanted to do in the first place. Like I've been in plenty of situationships where it's like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. That's not what we agreed upon. And of course, things go sour after that, and you realize it's really bad. But it happens. All you can do is, like we say, try to communicate and be open and honest with people. But even then, things can backfire. But you just have to vet properly. Wink, wink. To make sure that you're choosing the right people, that you're allowing the right people access to you, your body, your energy, your time, your space, everything.
Make sure you're on the same page.
Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes sex can change pages. It can change stuff.
Can change pages. Pages. I can't talk today.
I don't think we're connected. Hold on. Okay, now we're back. Because usually it's me that's frozen, but this time it was like the page was frozen like in itself. So
on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we're fine. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like you said, Trey. You have to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that you're vetting properly. And like I said, to make sure you're on the same page with this person, because if you're just going in it for specific reasons, then you're going into it for specific reasons. If something changes, communicate.
Yeah. And I've been on the other side of that fence where it's like I didn't want to be in a relationship, but now I do. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, everything's cool, and just be like, no, I'm like, bitch, I want to be with you. Like, what are we doing? I'm not going to say bitch, but you get what I'm saying. I'm going to communicate that. I'm going to communicate my desire because I'm too old for that back and forth stuff. We can play the game, but eventually it's always going to change. So don't believe that I can have sex unattached with anybody. Like, no, eventually it's going to change because if you like it good enough,
it's going to change. If you like
you're going to want to keep it.
You're going to want it to be just yours.
Yeah, and unless you are truly poly, and there are some people who are truly polyamorous who are okay with having multiple people, but they also are going to establish those rules in their relationship. Like, I want to be with you. You can talk to other people, but the moment you take that bitch to the Bojangles for a 3-piece, we got a problem. Like, it's rules that people establish, and you just got to communicate, like we said. But okay, let's go on to our last and final topic for the evening. It's just been a week of, well, not a whole week, but we had a couple of good days of viral videos that have hit the internets. Speaking of none other than the McDonald's video.
The
interwebs. The McDonald's video, dude, don't come over here. We're not doing that right now. Talking about my 4-legged friend over there.
I'm about to say, is that part of the code?
You heard the jingling of the chain. You know he was coming over here to you gonna take me? I can't say the word, but he wants me to take him somewhere, and I'm not taking him there until I'm done.
Let him live.
He can live, but he just need to go get somebody else to take him. Anyway. But sorry, digression. The McDonald's video. Mother of 4, one of her youngest child's father, decides to bring his son, a Happy Meal, I guess. I'm assuming. 1 bag, 1 burger, some fries, and a drink. She blew the hell up. And apparently he's done this multiple times where he only brings stuff for his kid. And apparently they were in a relationship previously before this child was born. He was not providing completely, but he was contributing to the household and the other children. They broke up after this child was born. I'm not sure how long. old enough for him to eat a burger and some fries. And now she expects him to bring food for the entire crew. If you follow me, you know how I feel about this one. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn way.
I think we all feel the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all feel the same about this. I'm sorry, Trey. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
But, you know, if it would be one thing if they were still in a relationship together.
You know what? You and this microphone, we about to have a boxing match.
No, I don't know what the hell is going on with my microphone this week. Still, so like I was saying, it'd be different if they were together and he was providing for the household. It would be different if, you know what I'm saying, they still had that type of relationship, but they're no longer together. So what he's doing is providing for the child that he is responsible for. And that's all she can ask for, honestly. He is not obligated to provide for anybody else's kids. You want your other kids to have McDonald's, then either you need to call your other baby or you need to take your ass to McDonald's and go get something for them. Point blank, period. They're not his responsibility anymore. You know what I mean? And it was, and he was being a good place to take care of other people's children, you know, in the first place.
For the time he did.
Yeah, for the time that he did. Y'all ain't together no more. He's taking care of his child like he's supposed to with the remaining children.
Yeah.
Chase.
I don't know. So Trey, I know that we come from intermixed families, right? Where like it was blended families in some form. And so my sister, who's the oldest, is the only person who was born out of, I'm on a podcast, who was born out of like the marriage between my father, like, you know, and my mom. But I think it, because it was maternal, as in us being siblings, there's never a difference. Like there was never like, oh, this is my stepsister. Like, no, that's my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no difference. So when my father came around, he already knew that my sister with my mother was a package deal. And he never had a problem with that. He never treated her different, never made her feel exiled, never made her feel like you're not a part of, like, you know, what's so may have, like at all. In any situation, and even my uncle, you know, in other family members that I have, they have, if they have been with a woman who already has children, they have done the due diligence of taking over and helping out as much as they can with said children, even though they are not theirs. So like I haven't experienced a time where a man has not done that. A man has always stepped up to the plate in doing that. But in this situation, I feel like, and I just wanted to bring up this example before I gave like my thought. Lonnie Love, when the reel was on, okay, her and her brother have two different fathers, and the father of her brother would always show up and show out for the brother. Christmas gifts, this, that, and the third, birthday gifts, whatever. Lonnie's father, to my memory, did not. And so therefore she would always see that, and she was always, and as an adult, she was like, I wish that he would give me at least, even it was a little something to make me feel like it was like, okay, you're my child, I'm taking care of you, your sibling doesn't matter to me, especially because it was only one other sibling, right? And so I understand that growing up as an adult, when you separate the kids like that, and because they do it themselves. Oh, well, your dad does this. Well, your dad does that. Well, your dad, blah blah blah. They do it. They automatically do it. If one father doesn't, if either fathers, how many fathers you have or baby daddies you have, if they're not all taking care of their children, they're only taking care of that one child. That one child is receiving like special treatment. Then it's just like they're gonna start resenting that kid. So I understand where she was coming from. She doesn't want her kids to feel that resentment towards one child because he got McDonald's. It's like, well, that's not fair. Why did we get McDonald's? Why didn't our daddies get us McDonald's? Like, I get it. But at the same time, when he was in a relationship with you, he did what a man was supposed to do, and he helped. He took care of. Once that split up and there was a byproduct of your relationship left there as evidence, which is your child, he is no longer responsible. Even if it's as cheap and stupid as McDonald's, he is no longer responsible to take care of the kids. Now, would it have been nice of him to just even get them a McDouble or like a McChicken just for each one of them, and that was it? At least they got something. Yes, it would have been nice for them, but it's not needed. He is supposed to be there for his child because guess what? When you go to court, what names are you putting on those document papers for that man to take care of?
That part.
Right.
Are you putting down your whole entire list of kids, or are you putting down the child that you birthed with him? Because I
Right.
believe you're going to put down the child that you birthed with him. So unless that there's a treaty or agreement that he took on a responsibility for the rest of those children, when it comes down to document paper wise and legal wise, he's only supposed to take care of that child. And then if he doesn't take care of that child, then he ends up on the my baby daddy ain't shit list with your other baby daddies. But he's not doing that. He's taking care of his kid. And because he's taking care of his kid, by bringing him a little treat, now you made it seem like he's the worst parent in the whole entire world.
And then put it on the internet.
And then you put it on the internet. And this is my whole thing. We are all living by check to check. Unless you make it $200,000 plus a year, we all are living check to check. You took a meal because McDonald's ain't cheap no more. That looked like it was a whole $10.50. Yes, I'm Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. They're like a whole $10.50 meal, okay? That you took and threw on the ground.
God damn it!
I'm glad
you know what that is.
Okay?
I'm glad you know how much that is.
All right, and threw it on the floor. All right. Now, I don't know about y'all, but $10.50 is a pretty big deal to me. And
Facts.
if you throw in the food that I bought for my child on the floor, not only are you embarrassing me, but you just neglected your own child.
Exactly.
To make sure that they ate something.
Exactly.
I'm sure that he don't want spaghetti for the 6th night in a row. Let my baby have a little something different. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Like, you did this, and all you are now is looked at as a bad parent. And all he has to do is take that video because you got it and it's circulated. Take it out to court and be like, look at what this mother did. Took the food that the child was going to have, threw it on the ground, and made a scene. And they could have like put that as like she's insane or something like that. You know how the justice system works.
Yeah, she lose all her kids.
They can literally twist anything, and that's your child. That's gone.
What that was bitterness of her not in that relationship. That's what that was.
Yes.
Her no longer being in the relationship, him no longer having to provide for the rest of her children and help her with her house. That was what that was. It was straight up bitterness. And what's unfortunate is that the child is the one that suffers. It's not him. It's not the father. It's the child. And honestly, it's unfortunate because there are a lot of people out there that do it. It's not just the mothers. It's all the baby fathers that be like that too. It's on both sides. But you know what I'm saying? All that bitterness and that hatred and everything, speaking from experience, the bitterness and that hatred that you feel for the other parent, your kids are the one that suffer because of that. They're the ones who have the trauma. He's the one that's going to have to, like, my dad said, I got to eat night, all because you mad at my father because y'all not together no more. Dude, don't make no sense.
I've been holding this back because I know my mother's going to watch this, and she had to tell her, she was like, just take the baby and take him out the house and feed him in the car. And I'm just like,
before you continue on your point, because I want you to make your point coming from as a man point, but I also want to say, her screaming in the video, you know, my EBT don't hit till certain. Once again, that has to deal with all of your children, not my one particular. So if your EBT doesn't hit, that means your EBT doesn't hit to get groceries for all of your children in the household. And it's not like he came in and said, here's $200 worth of groceries for my child. I've labeled them. I have the receipt for them. If they are eaten by any other kid, then I'm going to take you to court. That's not what that man did. That man, he could do that if he wanted to. Okay. That man came in and said, here's a McDouble, here's some fries, and here's a drink. A little treat for my kid. McDonald's is not a substance meal. It's a treat. Why are you tripping over a treat that, and this is the thing, I'm sad that we don't know the backstory, because what if the kid got an award? What if this was something special for him?
Yep.
What if this was like my you know what? Our parents did it all the time. You know what? We're gonna go to McDonald's for no reason, because I just want you to feel happy about it. You know, and you took that away from that kid. Go ahead, Dream.
I was gonna say, I mean, McDonald's can be a treat, yeah, but let's go to Red Robin. Shit, fuck that. But
you know what I'm saying, for a kid.
Yeah, I got you. I agree.
Yeah.
So But like I was saying earlier, my mother's probably gonna watch this and be mad at me for what I'm about to say. But ultimately, fuck them kids. They ain't mine.
The echo.
I've been waiting to say that shit. They ain't mine. Like, goddamn it, I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do. You want to be a crazy broad? Go be a crazy broad somewhere else. I will agree that he could take the child and go somewhere else and eat. And I have a son. We have a basically blended family. And I've never been either mean or one-sided with my son's mother's kids. She has other kids, and I've even gone as far as we stopped on the way at a gas station. I got honey buns for everybody. Cool, it's a one-off thing. But to demand, if she was to ever demand of me to provide for, and those ain't my kids, and she had them after we were broken up. But if she was ever demand that I need to do for, like, no, that's not going to happen. She's not that type of person. We don't have to worry about that. But if I was ever in that situation, bitch, you crazy. You fucking losing it. Have you lost your mind to throw food down that's for our kid? Nah. He even said, well, let him come outside and eat it then. And she was like, no, he not coming outside. Like, you just being difficult for nothing. She thought she was going to get clout off of this. She thought that the ratchets of the world were going to rise up and say, yeah, you go, girl, basically. And now you are another dumb broad. You another dumb broad on the internet doing nothing but perpetuating the stereotype that our women are ignorant hood rats. That's the stereotype that you want to perpetuate. You already have the negative connotations against you that you have 4 children from multiple men, which is not looked at as, and I'm sorry for those of you who have had that. We all know that as a society, it's not looked at as a positive thing to have multiple children from multiple men. You already have that strike against you. On top of that, you're a black female. On top of that, you live in the hood. Now you just gonna add, I'm being ratchet. And then in your response video, your hair's laid, your eyelashes are done, your nails are done. Okay, boo boo, all that other bullshit.
I didn't even see the follow-up.
I didn't see the response.
The follow-up, the response. She's got her makeup done, everything. I will post the video later. But you took time to make sure you look good in this response, and I know that took more than the fucking $25 with a fee to each one of your 4 fucking kids, you dumb broad. Sit the fuck down and reevaluate your priorities in life. Because all you're doing is continuing to make us look bad. And that shit has pissed me off all fucking week. So again, fuck them kids.
Well, I mean, we still want our babies to live and prosper as much as possible, but underneath their parents' guise, obviously. And like, once again, yes, if you go into a relationship with any person who has children, doesn't matter if they all came from one relationship or multiple, yeah, you have some responsibility and duty because that parent comes with those children towards those children. That doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy everything, because even their natural parents don't have to go out and buy everything, because love does not equal to merchandise, like, at all, you know. But that means being there and support and caring and kindness, not doing anything wrong towards them, treating their parent with the utmost respect just because they, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things you have to take in mind. But that doesn't mean that I now have to overtly provide for your children, unless this is some long-term thing. Like, we've been getting into this. we're hitting a year or something like that. I've been around your kids for some time now. We're really getting serious into this relationship. Yes, of course I'm going to start contributing a lot more to your kids. Duh. I'm not gonna sit here and be like a really effed up boyfriend or girlfriend towards you. Like, I'm going to start doing stuff. But to me personally, I've dated a person with a whole kid. I've asked about them. I'll be like, oh, send me a little video, whatever, like that. Just because I'm like, okay, they look so cute. They blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be supportive of you having your child. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be like, oh, that's so cute. Like, oh, let me see your matching outfits for Christmas. Like, I'm going to be in support of your child. That don't mean I got to meet the little motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's only been 3-6 months, what am I meeting?
Turn the light off?
What am I meeting your child for? That's how I look at it. It's been 3. I don't know you like that. To know you, and now you want to push your child on me? Nah. Whoa. No, you're like, I don't like kids. Remember people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want a kid like, damn, why does mama and daddy got a whole lot of misters and misses and aunties and uncles coming through? Why daddy You got a whole bunch of friends that come and go all the time. No, and that's why some parents are like, I don't want you to have your partners around my kids because you have partners coming in like a revolving door. No, get you someone that you're going to be with for at least a while before you start bringing them around the damn kids.
I will definitely say that. That I completely agree with that, because even for Habduser, he and I were best friends, which is why he was he met my kids prior to us actually dating. Shut up, boy. Shut up. But for anybody else, it's like it was a gradual thing. It's like, okay, yeah, I have kids, but you're not going to meet them until I feel comfortable. Yeah, until I feel comfortable. Until I feel like, you're actually genuinely a cool person, a good person to bring around my children. Yeah. That's when I'll allow you to meet them. Other than that, yeah, I have children. You've never seen them.
I don't care if I'm dating a guy and we're into year 2 and I have yet to meet his child, I'm not going to press that man over me. If you don't feel comfortable because you want to make sure I'm here, who am I to pressure you to do that? I'm not going to pressure you. Like, I think obviously it gets to a point, oh, here's the little Christmas gift. You don't have to say it's from me, say it's from Santa. Here's a birthday gift. Just say it's anonymous or say it's from daddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can be including the child's life and still not have met that child. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be in their face giving them like all this overtly love. Like, no, no. It doesn't need to happen. Now, I do suggest that if you do have a child, whatever, you want to see how a person is with your kid, take them out on a date every once in a while with your kid. Like, you go get some ice cream randomly. Yeah. Just gradually doing something with your kid is fine. Like, I actually was making fun of my aunt and uncle.
Shit.
Oh shit, it's 10:06. No, just to finish up. But I was actually making fun of my aunt and uncle because they were like 20. My aunt was the last of the kids. And she was like her late 20s dating my uncle or whatever, and they each had kids of their own, but they were dating. And me and my brother were making fun of them, like, y'all literally took us on your dates. Now, mind you, she already had a son. He already had his 2 kids. But my aunt was like, let's get my nieces and nephews. We're going to the park. We're going here. We're going there. Like, we went to them with them everywhere on their dates as boyfriend and girlfriend, mind you, because she's like, listen, you need to know how my family rolls. We tight knit. We around each other all the time. So if you ain't ready for this, then you ain't ready for me. And here he is, like, I don't know, 20-something years later. So let's go to the Discord, guys. Make sure you're following all of us everywhere. Trey Popper is everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, all those things. Make sure you're following Royal everywhere, ROY4L.
Oh, look at you.
And all those other letters and stuff
and numbers and things and stuff.
And stuff, but you'll find her because you'll find her. And then make sure you're following me, Chase Inc., TikTok, Candy Taste Sweet on Instagram. Our Discord has been dropped in the link 800 different times, but I just dropped it again underneath the name Spice and Giggles. So if you want to join us there, please do. Thank you so much for the love and support. Episode 55. That's bananas. That's crazy. But let's get it out of here. Let's go to the Discord. Thank you for keeping it kinky with us, and we'll see you over there.
Good night, everybody.
Night.